Hey guys, it's also Pikachu here, and I'm gonna show you some of my drawings. It's specifically my Mr. Men drawings because I really like that show. And by the way, this Yoshi is my side mascot because it's my favorite color. My second favorite color, which is indigo. I really like that color because it's like a blue with a little bit of purple in it. So let's get on with it. And I'm recording all this pillow because there is no room in this room for that table thing, that squeaky table. Call it squeaky because it's always squeaky. So I have this book, and this book, which is this what is specifically called Mr. Men and Little Mrs. book, which I will only draw that specific thing. So the first drawing I'm going to show you is actually a page that I ripped out because it looks very nice. So I don't want to smudge. I don't want anything to smudge on it. Here is, I did a picture of Little Miss Helpful and Little Miss Lucky. Little Miss Helpful is a Glaceon, and Little Miss Lucky is a Leafeon. So yeah, I made them little backgrounds. Hers is pink with stripes, and hers is greenish yellow with clovers on it. So yeah. And the hair is based off of what Chicky456 did. So yeah. And put their names. Yeah, I really like this one because I put some more effort into it. Like the color, I color it in a little more neater than how I usually would. So yeah. And by the way, Miss Helpful's hair is like long for a Glaceon. And Little Miss Helpful's hair is longer because she's a Glaceon. And yeah. Now let's get on with the books. Now, if I show you I might show you some Mr. Men art that I show you since some previous videos, if I remember. So here we have like a trio thing of Mr. Rubberty, Mr. Mean, and Mr. Spendy. Mr. Spendy is a character, but it's like kind of not official. So here is a little shipping comic. So we have Mr. Funny and Little Miss Giggles. I ship those two. And then Mr. Silly and Mr. Nonsense. Mr. Silly's on the left, Mr. Nonsense on the right. And he's happy that they're together and all, but now he's sad because he has no love. But then Mr. Nonsense is questioned. But then all of a sudden, Mr. Nonsense, Mr. Nonsense says to Mr. Silly, maybe we could be together. And he takes his hat off, which reveals his eyes. And then he kisses him. I'm not that much of a fan of I'm not really a boy and boy shipper. But I have to find this one pretty cute. And then Little Miss Giggles is laughing and Mr. Silly's like, what? I meant Mr. Funny. Just yeah. You know. Gotta find some more Mr. Men stuff that I want to show you. This one is so funny. Okay, so I got Mr. Perfect with the ladies, the blue ladies. Little Star, and her hip is whatever that is. Like, it's messed up right there. And Little Miss Vain, Little Miss Star, Little Miss Vain with Mr. Perfect. And Mr. Cool is like, but it's like, why? And I do some Mr. Ben here, but no. I also drew the Doctor Who Mr. Men as evolutions. Dr. First is an Espeon, Dr. Fourth an Eevee, Dr. 11 is a Flareon, Dr. 12 is a Jolteon, Dr. Ninth is a Vaporeon. Dr. Eighth is a Leafeon. Dr. Second is an Umbreon. And Dr. Seventh... Dr. Seventh is a... It's like a... Embureon. It's in between Flareon and Eevee. Okay. And we also have Dr. 10th. He's a Sparkeon, which is an evolution in between Jolteon and Eevee. Little Miss... yeah, these are just some other Mr. Men. That's Dr. 10. And this is just Miss Naughty. So we have Calamity as kids, which is Mr. Bum and Mr. Bum and Miss Calamity's kids. Annie and Usher. What a name. Usher. And then we have Simon, which is the son of Mr. Quiet and Little Miss Shy, is scared about the future. He thinks about what happened to his dad and Little Miss Daredevil, and then he thinks about what's going to happen to him and Felicia, which is the daughter of Miss Daredevil and Mr. Strong. And then we have Little Miss Summersaw as a Sylveon. And then we have the Mr. Men ballot show. And I put Mr. Mem like it's a meme. And I kind of added a little bit of darkness to it. Because, you know, we always need to have a little darkness. And then we have the expressions of Little Miss Brainy. And I'm not going to explain it just because. And, sorry guys, we could go through this quick. That's like 7 minutes. And I'm not going to have time for the other ones. So I'm just going to show you one last thing. So, one last thing from this book, which is the... And I can't have videos longer than 15 minutes. So here we have Mr. Malcolm as a Umbreon, belongs to Mega M18 on DeviantArt. Now these are all DeviantArt except for me. We have Miss Sketch as a Jolteon, Chicky456, and she's on YouTube. And it's me as a Vaporeon. We have Miss Idiot, which belongs to Demonahan 9 on DeviantArt. And then we have PercyFan94, which Mr. Normal and Miss Normal. I like Miss Normal's expression. And of course, he's an Eevee, because Eevee is a normal type. And next, we have the Red Book. And here's this sketch again. Yeah, this is so funny. The reason why, see, verbose memes, increasing verbose. We have Mr. Start saying, "This picture is cheap," and then, oh my god, and then he said, then he gets worse, and then the drawing gets worse, and he said, "This photo is not worth anything in my opinion." And then, oh my god, I'm laughing way too much now. It gets so worse that it says, "The self-portrait of I, Mr. Stubborn, in my significant opinion, is not very worthy but any good use in any shape or way." And then, Chip! I am so loud. Sorry that I'm so loud. And then we have another one, which is Miss Naughty. And sometimes I just can't help myself. And then she said, and then, because of my naughty behavior, I cannot control myself for any reason. And then she says, "I have no actual control over my incessant naughtiness. Therefore, I cause evil pranks that make all of the Homo sapiens of my kind have a slight rivalry." And then exclamation point. And then here's the it's just a prank, bro. If you know whoever made the just stop thing, it's time to stop thing, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a meme. Okay. And then we had Mr. Marvelous imitate. Then we have Mr. Marvelous imitating Little Miss Brainy. The real Little Miss Brainy is on the left, and this is just Mr. Marvelous being her. And then we have some kids. This one is Mr. Tickle and Miss Hug's son. Miss Star and Mr. Perfect's daughter. Mr. Nosy and Miss Curious's daughter. And Mr. Funny and Miss Giggles' daughter. So many daughters. Even though people had more males than females. And some more kids, which is Mr. Cheeky and Little Miss Bad's daughter, and Mr. Messy and Little Miss Magic's daughter, and Little Miss Tiny, just a cute Little Miss Tiny, and a younger me. And I don't have the color changing thing dye. And here is Katie's version of the little. What am I talking about? Chickie's version of the Little Miss Twins, which is Katie and Kate. I forgot which is which. And Little Miss Brady, she's so adorable. Give her a big crown on her head. And I think that was the last Mr. Men thing in this book. Wait, nope. Mr. Persnickety has a Persian. This is based on something that someone did on DeviantArt. We have Mr. Tickle as a Raichu. And then we have Miss Naughty and Little Miss Trouble. In the redesigns that I made. Sorry I'm going through this really fast. So you can't see it. You have the power to pause, right? Okay, now for the Black Book. And I know Yoshi has nothing to do with the Mr. Men show. And then we have a group of Mr. Men. Part 2. Part 3. I'm not really going to show you them who they are. And some more. And the rest of them. This is Mr. Nobody. If you don't know who he is. Have me and Miss Brainy because I love her so much. She's my favorite little miss. And this is something I messed up. This was supposed to be the best helpful thing, but I messed up. So yeah, that was the last Mr. Men thing I'm going to show you. So one of you guys are going to do the outro. Who wants to do the outro? Okay, then I'm just going to pick people. Let's see. Mr. Grumpy says you starred my last video, that creepy video. You're going to do the outro. Why me? This is Awesome Pikachu signing out. Bye. Bye.